Trya Banks did an interview on her show with someone named Chewfox, who is a furry, and she was brought on the show, invited on the show, with the understanding that this was going to be a discussion with her about sex, her sex life, and how her being a furry played into her sex life, and some of the sexual aspects of the furry community. And so she goes on this interview, and there's someone else I think was on this interview too. I don't even know all the details. She does like a 5-minute interview and talks about, you know, like people dressing up in animal suits and having sex and stuff like that. And the next thing I hear is that, from where I heard is that she got banned from one of the main furry online communities by one of the main administrators, like a permanent ban for disgracing the good name of the furry community or something to that effect. And really, basically what I'm making this video for, why would the furry community has like a lot of the people complaining that I looked online and looked at some of the discussions in the furry boards about this incident. Some of the people that are complaining about how she's making us look like perverts, she's like, you know, ruining our public image, she's betrayed us. Some of the people saying this have like the most overtly sexual like drawings of like furry cartoon characters and links to all kinds of overtly sexual, overtly pornographic furry art and stuff, and yeah, like just everything that they keep insisting that, like, oh, you know, it's not about sex, or, you know, they're not perverts, you know, it's just like that's just a subset of the community. And then like a lot of the people I hear saying this are getting upset about them being seen as mainly the furries being a mainly sexual interest, or have all this overtly sexual stuff like on the internet for the world to see. And I really don't understand this mindset, because it's not just like furry is kind of a microcosm for just this problem. It's just a problem, I guess, with people in general, but specifically about furry. A major subset of this community just seems dedicated to attracting negative attention to themselves from people who like wouldn't even notice or wouldn't even care. They just seem intent on attracting negative attention to themselves, and then when they get that negative attention, they talk about how they're being persecuted, how they're this misunderstood, downtrodden minority that is being labeled as perverts. Well, a lot of the people saying this stuff and talking about how they're being persecuted, or, you know, have all this overtly sexual images and like portray themselves and characterize themselves as these cartoon characters that have only exist seemingly to have, you know, bizarre, extremely imaginative, I guess creative forms of sexual activity that have absolutely nothing to do with real life. So I really just don't understand why. I just don't get it. Like, could someone explain to me why a lot of these people seem intent on drawing all this negative attention to themselves and then getting upset when they get that attention? And then, you know, I'm rambling now, but it's like, and like people are like, I've seen people like personally like hating this Chewfox person for going on the Trya Banks Show and saying this, but it's like, if it's true, then why are you upset? Because as far as I could see, for a lot of the people in this community and a lot of the activity I see in these communities on these websites, it's true that there's this overtly sexual, like, so if it's true, why are you getting upset at this person for saying it? I mean, I'm not saying every person in the furry community who likes furries or draws furries is draws porn or is into porn or is into having sex in animal suits. It seems like there's this mindset in the furry community, because I don't go out looking for this stuff. It just sort of spills out, or someone will go out of their way to spill it out outside of their little corner of the internet. It seems like there's this mindset among that's significant enough for it to spill out onto the rest of the internet, that this community really seems to almost fetishize being persecuted. Like, they almost sort of, like, some of these people feel like, because they're sort of in their a sort of a minority, a really sort of esoteric, you know, out of the mainstream little world, that the way for them to be accepted or to feel like they're important is for them to be persecuted or to be picked on. And I just don't understand that. And just what I'm trying, if the things this person said on the Trya Banks Show are true about her, they're obviously true about her, because as far as I understand, she's talking about her own life. If they're true, if that's true of a certain part of the furry community, then, which it obviously must be, because based on what the evidence I've seen online, then why are you upset? If it's true for part of the community, why are you upset? If it doesn't apply to you and that has nothing to do with your interest in the furry community, then why are you upset? Because it's not saying anything bad about you. So why would you get upset? But so if that's not what you're into, if that's not, I just don't. Because, like, I see, like, lots of different groups, like, doing this, like, it's sort of like when, I just don't freaking get it, like, because I see, like, religious groups do this same kind of stuff. I see, like lately I've seen a lot of conservatives play stuff like this, like attracting, like going out of their way to attract attention to themselves, and then say, like, oh, that's not us, like, we're not, I don't get it, and whatever, I haven't even seen this interview. I might see it sometime if I run across it on YouTube or something. I really don't care that much about the interview itself, but I just don't get why people do this to each other, why they go out of their way to, it would be like, you know, this, whatever, I just don't freaking get it. If someone, what's wrong with you people that are doing this? Like, I'm just at a fucking, I'm in a freaking loss for words here, man. Like, I just don't get people. That's all I have to say.